Okay, guys. I want to say I turned on my mic sensitivity. I'm hoping that works. I know the other times I've been a little bit breathy. But at the same time, I turned it too low. OBS just can't pick it up for whatever reason. Uh, anyway, damn, my hair looks shorter than I thought it did when I got a cut. Whatever. Anyway, sorry guys. This is gonna be more of an opinion video actually, for the most part. Because one, from what it's a highly possibility and all that, but I have no facts to really back up anything. I can't say that. I guess I could have, but this is just it's a multi-layer thing. Anyway, so let's say, like I said, this will be more opinion oriented. I'm not going to bring up any other, I guess I'll say FBI statistics or anything like that. So it'll be a little bit different than what I usually do. But anyway, let's just jump into this because I'm going to make this a bit of a quick one anyway. Uh, anyway, let's hop into this. So exclusive Trump administration to ban or to announce the banning. Let me see if I can read that. Yes. Uh, bump stocks. The final bump stock ban. So let's see. The Trump administration plans to announce a long acceptance. Let me get rid of this thing so I can click to the next article. Announce a long to anticipate. I'm sorry. Federal rule officially banning bump stocks in the coming days, according to U.S. officials familiar with the matter. Bump stocks gained national attention last year after the gunman in Las Vegas. Let's see, but opposition from lawmakers and the National Rifle Association ultimately made it regularly changed, and the only realistic path forward is to accomplishing the president's goal. Oh, okay, legislative fix. Okay. The device makes it easier to fire a round from a semi-automatic rifle or weapon by harnessing the gun's recoil to bump the trigger faster, an operation that caused officials in the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Virus, Explosives during the Obama administration to conclude that it's merely a gun accessory or firearm part not subject to federal regulations. At Trump's directions, however, the Justice Department submitted the proposal to final rule earlier this year that upended the Obama-era interpretation and concluded that the bump fire stock slide fire device and device with certain similar characteristics will fall within the prohibited of machine guns by allowing the shooter of a semi-automatic firearm to initiate a continuous firing cycle with a single pull of the trigger. I mean, I guess kind of, but technically you still can't. I don't own one. I don't really care to own one, but that doesn't mean I want them to be outlawed. So from what I understand, yes, it does. The gun recoils, use your finger. It recoils, it pushes back. It comes back obviously because of a spring. So you're still basically pulling that trigger one time or each time. It's still not as fast as a full auto. There is, however, the 3RM fire, which basically does something. It makes I forget exactly, but it basically just kind of does the same thing as a bump stock, from what I understand, at least from what the video says or seems to indicate. And people have actually put those together because it's basically a type of lower, and they would put that together with the bump stock. Anyway, back to this. Under the new rule, bump stocks owners will be required to destroy or surrender the device to authorities. Members of the public will be given 90 days to turn and otherwise discard their bump stocks, according to the source familiar with the final rule. Okay, so 90 days, but seeing as those have no serial numbers, it's a part. How are they going to find out? Anyway, bump stocks turn semi-automatic guns into illegal machine guns. Okay, first of all, that word is triggering. It's offensive. Illegal. It won't be illegal. It'll just be undocumented. An undocumented machine gun. This final rule sends a clear message: illegal guns have triggered. Guns have no place in a law and order society, and will be continue vigorously enforce the law to keep these illegal weapons off the street. So I'm going to come back to this in a sense because I find this interesting. You're not allowed to have a bump stock that admittedly was used in a horrible crime, but it was done one time. It hasn't happened even ever since. We haven't seen any copycats with it. And that guy, from what I remember, was a Democrat. There's pictures of him, supposedly pictures of him, with his pink pussy hat and all that. And I think I forget that woman's name. Candace Owens, if I remember correctly, brought up some stuff, a couple of things about that, but I don't know if she brought up the same thing or she just assumed it. But either way, there were people supposedly have found pictures of him at the Women's March, so it was a liberal. So basically, if this is true, it's okay to let in a bunch of illegals come in, such as the migrants, and then, but it's wrong to have this part that inherently doesn't hurt anyone just by owning it. And then again, if you can't keep up with however many illegals we have in the U.S., how in the fuck are you going to keep up with these bump stocks? Especially now that there's a scare, because people are going to be buying them. And the reason why I'm putting this story first is because I'm hoping, again, somehow it gets somewhere with Trump, because I'm probably going to tweet this at his ass too, that if you do this, you're going to be a one-term president. You're going to piss off a lot of people on the right. I admit I don't know how many one-issue voters there are. I'd say they're probably a good amount, though, or enough to probably hurt. And I'm not, you're sure as hell, you better really improve the economy for people to forgive you. I personally prefer, well, I guess they're about tied, actually. You either better, one, give me one hell of a good economy. And I'm talking about where my stocks and all my minings and all that, my precious metal stocks just turn to zero, just mush, because then I know the dollar is holding very strong. Or you better just stay the fuck away from the Second Amendment. Either way, one of those two. But don't do it, man. As someone who voted, as someone who voted for you, gave you support, who's defended some of the stuff, even giving you law codes to help you get some of this stuff done, I am saying, don't. It is a stupid move. Don't do it. Tell them to go to hell. The left is going to hate you no matter what. On to the next thing. Sorry, but I got to bring this up. And I found this out from a guy called Mr. H. He has his own channel. There's reviews and all that. Check him out. I actually enjoy his videos. He does try and he does try and keep politics out of his stuff. Every so often, I've seen a few where he does it. And whether or not I agree with this man or not, he's British, so odds are I imagine he supports universal health care. I don't. And I'm saying odds are he's never said he has or not. I've actually followed this guy, I think back when he had like 15 subscribers, something like that. And I've stuck with him. Uh, anyway. And it's just a nice little channel. He in his most of his stuff he even does try to keep unbiased and all that good entertainment. But anyway, right here, Article 13, the EU Copyright Directive. Basically, imagine losing all kinds of different things like Sargon of Akkad, for those of you who like him. Hell, anyone who is left leaning, who's British, and there's plenty of them I've seen, plenty of British feminists, British feminists, who you would also lose if this bill goes into place. And basically, it just means if someone posts an article or posts any kind of link or whatever, even if they show the article here, like what I did over here, they would have to pay like a tax or a fine fee or some crap like that, and it would basically just cost too much money for them. And I think I don't know if it's just for the EU or if it's like for outside the EU or something like that. And basically, YouTube would have to cut them off. So basically, for people on the right and the left, this would hurt. I think this right here is a very mutual thing that both sides can agree on, that this should not be happening. I do want to bring that up. I don't know much about it. I'm not living there. Check out his video. And just obviously Mr. H in Article 13 EU and all that. Just check it out. If you live there, make some phone calls. Go bitch, go do something. Anyway, on to the other part. This dumbass. I'm sorry, I try not to be that rude straight up, but Jesus Christ. Like I said before, I'm done being nice. I really am. I normally don't even. For those of you who've seen some of the videos, I pretty much never do that. Just like right off the bat. I didn't right off the bat. You can see I watched it. And this whole thing of, oh, you know, they're just people trying to seek asylum and all that. They tried to rush the border. As I say before, as I leak to everybody, hell, I put this on my Facebook feed, not my YouTube videos, obviously. I shouldn't say obviously. I don't put my YouTube videos there, but I do link and I do say some of the similar stuff. Is just so you know, they are now basically can be deemed terrorists under U.S. Code 8, Section 1182. They can be banned. They can just be banned completely outright. Nothing they can do. None of them will be allowed to come in. Mexico is deporting them. Does that make Mexico racist? Again, you sit there talking about gun control and all that, but yet how those AR-15 should be illegal. My AR-15 has never hurt anyone. I promise you, the day I bought it, they didn't take some little kid out back and shoot him to prove to me it worked. They just simply said, "Here's your gun." That's it. And even if they did say, "Hey, you one day," well, not that, I'm sorry. And one day, even if they did come up and say, "Hey, you have to turn these damn things in. You have to get that registered." Again, it wouldn't be registered. It wouldn't be illegal. It would just be undocumented. Because the people sneaking into this nation, leeching off of everything can be undocumented. That can be undocumented. I'm sick of this shit, man. It's something, oh, they're tear gassing little kids and all that. And I will say, at least here, he doesn't blame only Republicans. He does mention Democrats do it. But still, just so you know, Riley, the reason why we have borders in the first place is because of the Democrats during Prohibition, when people were going down to Mexico, buying booze, and bringing them back. People were demanding the government do something about it to keep from happening. So the Democratic government put borders in place. Congratulations, your side caused a problem, and now they're bitching about it as usual. Second, if you don't want your kid to get hurt or you don't want your kids to go through that, don't try and rush the fucking fence or force yourself into another country. That is an invasion. Someone tries to break into my home, tries to break in your home. It's an invasion. If you don't want them there, it's an invasion. And seeing as how Trump is your president, and I can use that because let's see, where is it? Open transcript. Here we are. It's our country. Here we go. What our country should be. So if you're going to sit there and say our country, Trump is your president. He speaks for you then. He says he doesn't want them here. If he says it and they try and break in, they try and force their way in without permission, invasion can be considered a terrorist. If you don't live here, because last I checked you were in Australia, fuck off. You have no say. You left. Congratulations, however, you stuck to your guns. But Trump's president, I would leave America. A lot of people say it. You stuck to your guns. Non-sarcastic clap. Seriously, good for you for doing what you said you would do. Respect on that. But with that said, you don't live here. You don't have a say in what we do. I do. I live here. I have a say in what goes on. Shit. Anyway, guys, I guess that's it. Like I said, that's more of an opinion video. Anyway, I'll see you. This thing's almost 13 minutes. So anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please share the video. If you agree with me, don't agree with me. Have anything you want to prove me wrong on? I guess I don't know, can you? You can, I guess. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say you can't. But like I said, this is more of an opinion video, basically. I realize those two are more like laws and all that, but again, EU, what's gonna, copyright thing going on in Europe. As I said, I probably wouldn't have much. Well, like I said to Riley, I wouldn't have much of a right to say anything. But again, that is still affecting both sides of people who might want to hear someone they agree with or don't agree with. Either way, that is a type of censorship I think that both sides can agree on, not to tolerate. And the other one is a possibility. And I'm simply saying, yes, I don't own one. I don't care to own one, but if somebody wants to, that is their right, and I would defend that right. So that is just an opinion of mine. Same thing with this migrant one, except the fact he spin the narrative. They tried to break in, they tried to break a law. That part's a fact. Whether or not we should take them in is opinion. I'm willing to go with that. But if you saw the article, if you actually said, oh, they tried to break in, then you should know what you're doing. And here we are. It's funny because if I remember right, didn't Obama actually have people tear gas, also the whole like by the border. I don't know by the border, but used tear gas on people. So it's basically the same thing, but you didn't bitch when he did it. All of a sudden, it's important that Trump did it. Again, you don't speak out when you're the side you do something agrees. Well, the side you agree with does something, you don't speak out. Just like you didn't speak out with Christina Garcia, who was there sexually assaulted, what, two to four men, something like that? Anyway, sorry, I know I went on longer rant. I should have. I'll see you guys next time. Y'all take care.